Today I wanted to talk about why I went back to raw vegan. Now, I've been vegan for 13 years. 4.5 were raw vegan, and the other, eight and a half were mostly raw vegan, but some cooked food at night. Mainly potatoes, sweet potatoes, regular, any kind of potato, rice, beans, quinoa, things like that. Now, why did I decide to go back to, raw vegan, to mainly a fruitarian diet? Well, I ran into a problem. Okay, I'm 71 now, and I got a really bad ear infection. Okay, so I go to the doctor, because I was in a lot of pain. Though ear infection, if you've ever had one, it's painful. Okay, so he gave me some antibiotics, which I didn't want to take. I took a little bit, and I had to take some painkillers. I hate taking any kind of drug, but I had to do something at that point. And what they found in my ear canal was a cyst. Okay, now they wanted to surgically remove it. So, so how do you do that? First of all, we have to stick a needle in your ear canal and numb the area. And then we use a scalpel to go in there and take that cyst out. And, I'm like, oh man, I'm not the biggest when it comes to a lot of pain like that. And just the thought of that going in my ear was like, no. So I said, well, let's see if it heals on its own. So I went home and I'm thinking, man, I've got to get this to heal. So I started reading an old book that was a favorite of mine. It's called Back to Eden by Jethro Kloss. Now, Jethro was born during the Civil War, I think, 1860s, and he was an awesome guy. Anyway, that book, I'm going to show that to you in some other videos. It's an amazing book. But I went back and I started reading his material. And he was a big proponent of a raw diet. He wasn't on totally raw, but he knew the value of a raw diet, and fruits especially. So I started reading, and I came across this line in his book. It said that all pain in the body, all pain, is caused by congestion. Okay, now what causes congestion? Too much gunk in the body. Okay, you're either eating too much saturated fats, a lot of starches, which are gooey, sticky, any kind of gluten, if you're eating any, even the so-called whole wheat, the good grains, supposedly, right? When you're eating those things, you're creating gunk in the body. Now, the other thing is, too, I didn't become vegan until I was 58. Your body takes quite a long time to clean out. It's constantly cleaning junk from decades and decades. I mean, when I was a kid, hamburgers and French fries, that was my favorite meal. I'd go for that every chance I could get. If I had any money, I was down at the local milkmaid, they called it, and we got hamburgers and French fries. So you're cleaning out gunk all the time. So anyway, I said, after reading Jethro's comments about pain, I said, I've got congestion in my ear. Okay, so how do I clear that congestion? I have to go on fruits. Fruits pretty much only, you can have some salads and things, but also very, very low fat. That is the key. It's low fat. And staying away from too much starch. okay, from your breads, your potatoes, and things like that. It creates gunk in the body. It creates congestion. So I had pain, okay, so I had to change drastically. I said, boom, no more cooked food whatsoever, only raw, and I'm going to uptake my fruit consumption. Okay, so I started with all the juicy ones, you know, like watermelons, grapes, oranges, you know, pineapples, mangoes, you know, things like that. And sure enough, you know, after a week of doing that, the pain really subsided. I could feel myself getting better, getting uncongested. And now we're talking, this is about 3 or 4 months after I went to the ear, nose, and throat guy who said, you know, I think we should surgically remove that. And since then, I've been to other doctors, audiologists. There's nothing, there's no problem. They've looked inside my ear, there's nothing there anymore. There is no problem. I have no pain. I still can't hear the greatest because my hearing, I'm 71, and it's always been a weak point for me, hearing. My eyesight is good, but my hearing's not that great. But it has actually improved since I'm back to raw. Okay, so, you know, that's why I say that raw vegan, especially high fruit, is without a shred of doubt in my mind the optimal diet for health and vitality. You're going to thrive on this kind of diet. It's just phenomenal. So that's it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe. Any questions or comments, let me know, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Take care. To your health, success.